So far, we saw that we can use these circles with a thin border to represent a start event, like a trigger to a business process, like this process starts upon the receipt of a claim, upon the lodgement of a loan application, and the end event, a circle with a thicker border that is used to signal an outcome of the process. This process completed with an order being approved or with a loan being rejected. However, in BPMN, besides start and end events, there's a third type of event, which is called intermediate event. This particular event, which is represented with a circle with a double thin border, is actually used to capture events that occur after the start event and before the end event, so during the actual execution of the process. For example, the customer sends us an update on the order items or sends us the shipment address. So these would be events that occur during the execution of the process. So far we saw the so-called untyped event, which we did use as a start and as an end. And then we saw a variant of the start event called start message event. However, there are 3 more types of message events that are used to deal with message exchange during and also at the end of the execution of the process. So we have an end message event, which is represented by a circle with a thick border, which is marked with a black envelope. Now, this is used to signal completion of the process upon sending a message. For example, this process completes by sending a notification to the customer, a notification that the order has been approved or that the claim has been rejected. And then we have 2 variants for the intermediate message event. One to receive messages, the other to represent the receipt or the sending of a message during the execution of the process. Now we can see that the marker color is different. For the start event, we use an empty envelope. For the end event, on the other hand, we use a full or black envelope. And then we have 2 variants for the intermediate one with the empty, the other with the full envelope. Now in BPMN, there is a convention in the notation, there is a rule according to which any marker of events that is empty indicates a catching event, meaning that actually the business process that we are representing from the perspective of that particular business party, that particular pool, is actually reacting to an event that has been generated from outside that particular business party. For example, the receipt of a message. That is a catching event, hence it is represented with an empty envelope, like in the case of the start message event. We start this order to cash process upon the receipt of a purchase order. Now the actual event was generated by the customer sending the purchase order, and the seller or supplier that is running this business process, this order to cash process, is just reacting to the receipt of that particular message. On the other hand, the black or full envelope is used to represent a throwing event, meaning an event that is actually generated from within that particular business party that we are representing, like sending a message upon completion of the process, like sending an order confirmation notification to the customer, upon which the whole order to cash process completes. Hence, the black envelope used for the end message event. And also for the intermediate message event, like sending a message during the execution of the process, like sending a notification that the order has been progressed and now it has moved to the distribution phase.
Let's consider as an example this model which captures the process that takes place between a court and the court administration for the scheduling of the court calendar. The process starts upon the receipt of the court calendar by the court listing staff, who checks the calendar and requests the sitting list from the administration. Once the sittings list is received, the judiciary staff resolves any issue with judge availability. Then the listing staff can update a yearly schedule, upon which the schedule is sent to the court administration and the process completes. In this example, we use a start message event to trigger the process upon the receipt of the court calendar, an intermediate catching message event to receive the sittings list, and an end throwing message event to send the yearly schedule out.